Hello Mallards, it's Saturday, and today I want to talk about the book I just finished. It's called Made of Stars by Jenna Voris. I'm going to go with Voris. Could be either. It is essentially space Bonnie and Clyde. So the story centers around three characters, Shane and Ava, who are your Bonnie and Clyde, respectively. And then this lovely gentleman at the top is Cyrus. He is the law, I guess you could say. It also has a healthy dose of my favorite thing, corrupted government. I love corrupted government in fiction. I like it a lot less in reality. But here we are, living in this capitalist hellscape. In this book, it centers around these three characters. So these two are essentially driven to save their planet from a corrupt officer of the ruling government. And Cyrus works for that officer. And through their encounters, they all sort of come to an understanding. So Cyrus starts to doubt the mission that he's been given, and Shane and Ava start to accept that maybe they can get help from an officer. And what I like about it is that even though there's definitely romance, like Ava and Shane have a little like, they definitely will, but we're going to pretend maybe they won't. And Cyrus has a crush on this other officer that he's with named Lark. And I love a little gay romance. The two of them are super cute. And there's some other romantic things, but that isn't the meat of the plot. The meat of the plot is more like an action adventure with all of the crimes that Ava and Shane are committing in order to try and expose what the government is doing to them. And also a lot of discussion about what makes a person a good person versus a bad person. Like, how do you define a villain or a criminal in sort of a place where the people making the rules are maybe villains? And who gets to decide who's a good person? And that's sort of what everyone in the book kind of struggles with. And I liked that. It's a fluffy read. It was a quick read for me. And now I'm going to get into a little bit of spoilers. So if you want to read the book for yourself, you should just stop here and go pick it up and enjoy it. So the way that the book ends up, Ava and Shane don't survive because it's based on Bonnie and Clyde, and spoilers for the story of Bonnie and Clyde, they don't survive. But by the end, Cyrus has realized what the government is doing and has decided to essentially carry on their mission of exposure. And it's interesting because it leaves the book open for a sequel, but I kind of love the riding off into the sunset and hope that they stick it that way. There's some really heavy moments in here. There's some character death besides Shane and Ava that's kind of rough. And I think the hardest moment is one that I saw coming, like a twist that I saw coming. But after Shane and Ava escape from this base when they're trying to get the information about the government attacking their planet and trying to like get that information out there, the news reports that they killed like 50 officers. And we as the reader know that there's no way that that happened. Like maybe at most they killed like 10. And so I knew what was coming, which is that the commanding officer who's been corrupt this whole time had them killed. But I wasn't sure how that reveal was going to happen. And she basically just told Cyrus at one point, yep, I did it. I killed an entire squadron, and it was worth it because it allowed me to go out and kill Shane and Ava and for people to call us heroes for doing that. And so the central conflict of like who's a hero and who's a villain is really exemplified specifically by that set of actions, by everyone celebrating them as a hero, even though what the general did was absolute villainy to get to that point. So I highly recommend checking this book out, and I will see you tomorrow.